Главное, чтобы мы страну не потеряли.
We have dictator as a head of our country.
Belarus has been ruled by one man, President Lukashenko, for 26 years now. That was quite sinister.
Yeah.
But never has his grip on power looked so shaky. Discontent is spreading as a surprising new leader emerges.
I'm not a politician. I'm not a leader by nature.
And with an election coming, the regime is fighting back hard. We've witnessed hundreds of activists and journalists being arrested and jailed in what people say is the most brutal crackdown they've ever known here.
If you see military cars, you need to run. Nothing more, just run.
Can Belarus's unlikely politician unseat Europe's last dictator?
I don't believe I can win, but I believe that people can win. I was just wife and mother. I was bringing up 2 children and I was absolutely happy with my life. And now I'm going to find out if I will be registered as a candidate to president of our country.
Svetlana Tikhanovskaya never intended to run for president. This was her husband Sergei's plan. But during the campaign he was arrested and jailed, and she's reluctantly stepped into his shoes.
I am absolutely nervous. I'm shaking.
How did you feel when he was arrested?
I felt abandoned at that moment. I didn't know what to do, and I realized that I had to continue his course because it would be betray toward him and towards other people who believed in him.
She's taking on Alexander Lukashenko, Belarus's first and only president.
We have dictator as a head of our country, so we can't say any word against him.
Are you afraid?
Yes, I am. They can do anything. They can take my children to orphanage or something like this. Police is coming. Maybe we are having an illegal meeting here, who knows? It's forbidden to do anything everywhere, so get used to this.
We are now heading to a courthouse where I was detained for the first time in 2017. Yao, who is a friend of mine, he was detained on Friday. We don't know what is the reason for his arrest, because this is how it normally happens. People are just kidnapped on the street.
In the run-up to the election, hundreds have already been rounded up and jailed.
Lukashenko came to power in summer 1994, and I was born in December 1994. So my whole life I'm living with a single president. And on my experience, this is the most brutal wave of repressions we are experiencing now.
Why are they arresting so many people?
To threaten the society, just to make people scared. So most of the activists, most of the people who would organize something before the election are now arrested. And
in jail.
And in jail, right. So they are in jail.
So there isn't anyone to organise protests anymore?
Anyone. Nobody to organise a protest.
Back at the election offices, it emerges that the most popular opposition candidates have been disqualified. Only Svetlana has made it through. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I am not sure if I want these congratulations, I'm not a leader by nature. I don't want to talk to a big amount of people. I've never given any interviews in my life.
But with the other candidates gone, she'll have to continue this fight alone. And on hearing the news, people across Belarus take to the streets. People have been a bit scared over the last few weeks to protest given the number of arrests. But what's happened today has made them want to come back out onto the streets.
It's feeling like your government is lying to you every day. And today is a day when the line is so big and it's not possible to live with it no more.
It doesn't take long for the police to arrive. They start snatching people at random off the street and throwing them into the vans. The protest was totally peaceful, people just walking along clapping their hands.
We are dangerous for our government just standing in the streets.
Dissent is not welcome here. But it is growing. The economy is faltering and wages are low. But it's the president's response to the pandemic that's tipped people over the edge.
Здесь нет вирусов никаких. Вот ты же не заметила, что они летают?
Lukashenko has dismissed the virus as a psychosis, joking it can be cured by drinking vodka, and has refused to lock down. We head out to a neighbourhood which traditionally supports the president, and we're surprised by how little goodwill towards him is left.
Когда начался коронавирус, а по телевизору тебе он говорит, что все нормально, и детям своим говорю, что вы смотрите, носите эти самые маски. Они же смотрят по телевизору, что вируса нет. Здравствуйте, Оля. Это моя соседка.
Ой, а что тут такое? Тут собрание. 2 раза за нашего президента. Я поддерживала, я думала, как-то вот, когда доллар был такой, поднимали зарплаты, меня это как-то устраивало, а сейчас хуже и хуже становится. Я заболела коронавирусом, я всю пенсию отдала на таблетки. У меня знакомые поумирали, но они не фиксируют, что это коронавирус, это какое-то заболевание.
И когда люди увидели, когда им реально нужна была помощь, и когда от помощи просто отвернулись и просто над людьми поиздевались, то, конечно, люди были возмущены.
Сколько можно обманывать народ? Я вот раз думаю, то ли народ правит, то ли дебилоиды страной правят, я так и не могу разобраться.
Belarus now has one of the highest rates of coronavirus in Europe. Igor is an anaesthetist at one of the major hospitals, and he's risking his job by meeting us.
Наверное, если бы руководство поступало немного иначе и признало бы проблему, то, наверное, все-таки мы бы спасли бы еще ни одного бы человека при этом. Из медиков статистики, реальной статистики Минздрава не верит никто. Только в одной больнице мы видели смертность пациентов с коронавирусом, которая соответствовала всей ежедневной статистике смертности по Республике Беларусь.
Some doctors have been fired or dismissed for speaking out about coronavirus. Why have you decided to speak out about the situation?
Да, возможно, будут последствия, возможно и нет. Но хватит уже бояться, наверное. Всю жизнь боимся. Пора уже, наверное, заканчивать с этим.
We've managed to secure a meeting with Belarus's health minister. Getting to the heart of Lukashenko's government is incredibly rare. Quite a while after we knew coronavirus had arrived in Europe, the government here told people not to worry, that there wasn't a problem. Why was this?
Мы никогда не убеждали, что проблемы нет. О необходимости мероприятий, которые направлены на повышение собственной безопасности, постоянно говорилось. В нашей стране никто не видел, извините меня, перепрофилированных в госпитале стадионов, очереди скорой помощи и пациентов, лежащих в коридоре, либо, скажем так, массовых захоронений на кладбище.
Not a single election since Lukashenko came to power has been judged as free or fair by the West, and very few think that this one is going to be any different. It's becoming more difficult and dangerous for journalists to work here, and it becomes clear we're being tracked. Who are they?
Police, militia.
These two people approached us just in normal clothes, stood very close to us, stopped us from filming.
What was that?
Yeah, that's plainclothes, the same guys who usually throw the protesters into the vans.
That was quite sinister. That.
Yeah, in most cases they just take you into a bus and drive you off to a police station, keep you there for 3 hours to stop you from covering the protest, and then release without any charges.
We've come to meet a well-known activist, Vola, who's just been released from prison.
На остановке мы стояли, подъехала милицейская машина неожиданно. Меня туда втолкали, прямо на камеру ребята сняли этот момент. И довольно жестко он меня толкнул, больно в спину. И меня практически сразу закрыли в специальный бункер, называется штрафной изолятор. Там только одна кровать, она у стены. Почти 30 дней я не спала.
Что не дают спать, да?
Это пытка, и это именно пытка. В ШИЗО я провела 21 или 22 дня в общей сложности. Мыться не выводили 30 дней. Это часть репрессии.
Vola takes us to a secret location to reunite with her friend.
Это Вероника Мищенко тоже 30 дней сидела.
Да, нас в один день закрыли.
В один день. В разных камерах. И мы знали, нас меняли местами.
Seeing her has made you emotional. Veronica is an opposition blogger, and she's now in hiding.
Во всех моих видео я всегда призываю только к законам и к честным выборам в Беларуси. Вот за это мне приходится ночевать каждый день в разных местах. За это у меня украли младшую дочь и потом выкрали меня.
Я не знаю, почему меня выпустили и почему выпустили Веронику Мищенко. Видимо, он решил, что две женщины не смогут повлиять на события, поэтому отпустил, потому что все мужчины за решеткой. Но ему не стоит обольщаться на этот счет, ему не стоит сильно надеяться на то, что будет спокойно.
Don't underestimate women.
Нет. Он вообще женщин не любит. Женщин не нужно недооценивать.
Support for Tikhanovskaya is growing. With the other candidates out of the running, the opposition has united around her. The families of the disqualified candidates stand with her as she travels the country, drawing bigger and bigger crowds.
За жену никто не проголосует в Беларуси. У нас конституция не под женщину. И у нас общество не созрело до того, чтобы голосовать за женщину.
You know, we got used to think that men are power, but I can show that women are even more power than our men. They have inner strength to fight for their husbands.
Do you think you can win?
We don't believe in honest elections, but I still believe that our president will understand that his time is over. People don't want him anymore.
Back at the protests, police cover their faces. They're determined now to clear the streets.
If you see military car, you need to run. Nothing more, just run.
В нашей стране есть свобода выражения мнений.
Last night we watched people who were protesting against your government be taken off the streets and detained. Is that freedom of speech?
Ситуация в Европе, которая во многих странах происходит с использованием слезоточивого газа и водометов. Поэтому по поводу реакции на несанкционированное уличное мероприятие, по-моему, в нашей стране она еще не особо жесткая.
So Yevgen was given 10 days in prison. He's charged of taking part in an unauthorized protest. I'm also thinking of moving from Minsk 1 week before the election, maybe, to not be arrested. I want to be at large on the 9th. The election is just sort of a show, a costly show. They fake elections every year. They just write the numbers they want in the final result.
Belarusians know the odds are stacked against them, but something here is changing. People are waking up and shaking off their fear. And this wife and mother is transforming into the leader many of them want, the leader she was so sure she couldn't be.
Я люблю своих детей, поэтому я хочу, чтобы они жили в стране, где им не затыкают ты.
For this month, I became much stronger, but I'm still not ready for what's going to happen. We have to use this moment, when people are ready to change something. Power belongs to people. So I don't believe I can win, but I believe that people can win.
That change is coming.
Yeah. I want to believe in this. Maybe not believe, but I want to believe in this.